Leo, hey, what is going on? Welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channel messages that come through. So let's get into it, Leo. Happy new day. We are officially in Gemini season. Definitely a welcomed energy. We had a full moon in Scorpio about a week or ago. And as we've been kind of transitioning out of Taurus season into Gemini season, it's definitely bringing a much needed rebalance. We were kind of, going 90 miles an hour with all the tension, all the emotions, all the frustration that was being tossed around. And we're finally finding a little bit more balance. And we're also starting to see, as we're hitting Gemini season, a little bit more movement around the things that we've been kind of chomping at the bit to see change or evolve, grow, etc. New opportunities coming in, And it's starting to feel a little bit more hopeful. It doesn't mean that everything's like hunky-dory. I'm sure you can attest to that. You don't need me to say that to you. But there is this value of tension, especially with Jupiter. Jupiter is our fortune, our abundance. And so we're seeing a lot of dualities play out. We're seeing a lot of people, places, and things show other sides of themselves. And we have to make decisions accordingly, right? Like we have to kind of find inventive ways to approach some of the difficulties. Pluto is also in retrograde right now, which again is highlighting places that we need to change the stuff that's just not working. That's why I like to start off with these energy cleansings. Just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out any blocks, obstacles, limitations we might be coming into. It's also a great time to set your own intention for the reading, Leo, especially if you have something on your heart, on your mind, something you want Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. And I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing, wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation, how it's faring, where it's headed, or if you're just looking for a realignment with self, mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When we're in alignment with self, when we're grounded, when we feel good, when we know who we are, what we want, etc., that's where we're really manifesting our happiness and abundance. That's where we're receiving fulfillment in our lives, right? Like we have to know who we are and take care of that in order to get it, right? So I would love to help support in whatever way possible. Leo, definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being so that we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama Love. All right, Leo, it feels like something's got you excited this week. Excited and hopeful is what I'm hearing. A little nervous at the same time. It feels like a little giddy, like kid in a candy store. And I feel like, I don't know. Here's the thing. As much as change is being highlighted in the astrology, we can feel the change happening. And this is kind of what your energy feels like. It's hopeful for the future. It's this underpinnings of like, I'm starting to see things manifest. I'm starting to see things change. And maybe in a way that your intuition was telling you before, and it's taken super long to get here, or you weren't convinced that you would ultimately get here. But I love this. The observer pops out. you're aware enough, you're sensitive enough to the information that's coming in, that's giving you these signs, that's giving you these thumbs ups. What I love for you, Leo, this week is you have the angel. So it's guidance, it's protection over you, over like, I'm hearing like you might have been facing some injustices, places where either like people weren't hearing you, listening to you, etc. And I feel like you have, like, and maybe even to the point of believing a wolf in sheep's clothing is what I'm hearing, like dealing with someone who's really vengeful, and maybe to the point that you weren't even aware of or didn't even understand. But I'm seeing that, like, as some of this stuff is unfolding, as you're seeing the reality of who and what this person is, I feel like it's really helping you recognize, well, number one, like just that it could have been way worse. And I'm not downplaying like whatever you moved through. I think sometimes it is really hard to go through experiences. Sometimes people's situations like this can be incredibly traumatic and leave their mark on us, right? And I feel like in some ways that's just like, I'm seeing you as like just trying to figure it all out. You're just trying to figure it all out. Because it looks like someone's going to bite back. It looks like there's this value of like, don't match their energy, right? If you say one thing, they're going to say something back, right? Like, it's like a very bad side of someone, sorry for lack of like better words, but I don't know, there's some reason right now that you are being protected. I feel like there's more to this story that's playing out. And in some ways, like, not to be bleak, but you can't escape it. You have to play this out. Like, you have to follow it through is what I'm seeing. Because there's something about this that the way something is treating you is a reflection of how you treat yourself or what you think you deserve. And you're not necessarily communicating or living in like your power of what you've overcome, what you've survived. This is really heavy. It's very heavy. It feels heavy. And like I said, very beginning, it feels like you're finally getting some confirmation that either you've worked through this situation to a certain point. It does look like more is coming up, more is on the horizon. And we've kind of been seeing that this week. As much as we're making these successful changes and things are quote unquote getting better, at the same time, there's still more to come, unfortunately. And I don't mean that in a bleak way. Ugh, gross, dude. There is, someone wants something from you. I feel like this is the wolf. I feel like this is someone who's finally communicating honestly. I do see this as an honest conversation. As soon as I said that, Seven of Swords came up. What the fuck? Like, why does it have to go that way? Here's the thing. Like, well, what I want to be, people can still be honest about what they think and what they feel without it being an honest conversation or having the intentions to follow through, right? It looks like someone's bringing something to your attention this week that's going to make you backtrack. And I feel like, again, this is someone who's hiding. It feels like a game. It's like a game to them. Like, they're very good at figuring out how to press your buttons, and then what's the right thing to say to come back around to get you to kind of cave in. Because whatever clarity they're bringing to you, whatever they're saying to you, it's like, it makes sense, right? It makes sense. And not that you're ignorant or anything. I don't necessarily see it as that, but you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. It looks like there's more in it for them than there is for you. Maybe on some level they are waving the white flag, but it also has a little bit of like a little bit too late, too little too late, excuse me, is what I was getting at. Yeah, the world is coming up because of how this person approaches things. I mean, I feel like they're in for a little bit of a wake-up call. Yeah, 11:11 on the clock. Like, whatever happens, you do get this surge of empowerment, right? Like, where it's just like, you know, I don't know if you completely understand this situation, this person, because I feel like you keep coming up a little bit short. Hence why you've been trying to just take that stance of an observer so you can gain more information, more clarity around why things are moving in the way that they are. This person's situation is just like this, like I was saying, right? Like they just kind of have this part of them where it's either like really defensive and so they act badly because they're always on the defensive trying to, you know, self-protect, etc. It does look like they're changing their tune a little bit, and that's where I feel like you're giving them the benefit of the doubt. But also maybe to your detriment, I would be mindful with this. Really sift through. Let's pull one more. What does Leo need to do? Maybe really sift through what they're saying, why they're saying it, how they're saying it, etc. What you're feeling from it. Don't necessarily listen to the words, but also really hear what's being said, what the energy is around it. Because again, we do have this Seven of Swords, and this Seven of Swords is something they're not really showing to you. You know, it's like ulterior motives essentially. And I don't know, like they're kind of putting on a good front. And like, again, I feel like so much of this is in what they're communicating to you, right? It's using these very strategic words, King of Swords energy, to get what they want from you, you know, to present this case. But what it also does is it ends up diminishing the things that they've done to you. And I feel like that's what Spirit really wants you to weigh out, you know? You are not on board with, I feel like it makes sense what they're saying. You know, you're trying to give them the benefit of the doubt, but at the same time, there's things about it that are amiss. There are things about it that don't quite add up. Or like maybe you just don't want to engage in this energy yet again. This one's been coming out a lot. Go and make interesting mistakes. Make amazing mistakes. Make glorious and fantastic mistakes. Break the rules. Leave the world more interesting for your being here. You know, we're also seeing this energy this week of like standing our ground, right? Standing our ground. So as much as maybe you can give someone credit where credit is due, i.e. this Ace of Swords that's coming up, Spirit's also saying it's important to listen to and trust yourself as well, right? Like, you can question the validity of something or what someone is saying. If it smells off, well, get more information. And if they don't like it, then it really, again, is highlighting what the true intentions and motivations are. I feel like reconnecting, working together, whatever, it works more for their benefit, like I said, because you've gotten the short end of the stick in a way. This is my daily mantra, sometimes minute by minute. Love yourself, learn to love yourself, and say in this moment right here is where your power is. And I agree with that 100%, right? This is the whole reason, that is the whole reason this reflector card comes up, because we are really drawing into us what we think, what we feel about ourselves, what we deserve, our worth, our value, etc. And the more we love ourselves, like I was saying in the very beginning, the more we love ourselves, the better we're gonna like manifest our abundance. The law of attraction, right? Attracting these beautiful, magical things for our life is possible, but we have to understand why we're attracting these types of people, situations that are making us think, feel a certain way about ourselves, maybe even making it really hard to love yourself. Don't wait. The time will never be just right. Start where you stand and work with whatever tools you may have at your command. So true, right? Like a lot of times, well, and we've been seeing this a lot too because of the way way the astrology is playing out, things have just been moving really slow. And so it's easy to be hesitant. It's easy to wait. It feels like this energy has kind of, well, we're seeing this, people digging in their heels or not wanting to budge, not wanting to find harmonious ways to work together, right? It's more of a demand, well, you should do this and then I'll comply with you type vibe. And that's where it feels like Spirit's really just kind of protecting your energy. You'll have the knowledge, information that you need, whatever is coming out of this conversation. Don't be afraid of it. You actually have more power than maybe even what you feel, before going into it. So I hope this reading helped, Leo. Thank you so much for your time, energy, always. I super appreciate you. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you found messages that resonated here for you. Definitely drop comments below if you did. I love to hear, just say hey, right? Shared a little love, little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you bring to the channel. No, I'm sending it back to you.